guys, well, it's come to the time for the third leg of my FIFA Euro Challenge career mode. As you can see, I'm currently at Schalke still, and this is the second leg still. But my plan is, in this little video, is to switch. I'm going to show you why and explain a bit as to what my situation is, but it might change when I look at this. But no, I have got an option to go to Everton or Manchester United if I want to. Obviously, I don't want to go to a German club. Those are my two options. I still need to do the English League, and this is where I want to go next if possible. However, I have a little tactic that I want to employ, and hopefully it will work. But as you know, in FIFA, you scout youth players and bring them into your squad, and it's all fucking good. Yeah, and it's fucking brilliant, and you can sort of build them up, and you know their stats when you search for them, their potential. If it's above 90, then you're obviously going to want to bring them into your squad straight away. Potentially loan them out, potentially just keep playing them like every couple of games or so to build them up slowly. And in this FIFA, obviously, you can now train them every week, which is brilliant. And that's what I intended on doing when I get these youth players in all the way through my career. However, I've signed quite a lot of youth players at Schalke because I've been here about the same amount of time now. Was it about the same amount of time? No, it's not really. Less than what I was at Lazio, because I was at Lazio for a year and a half. Um, and this, I'm probably coming up to the year mark in a couple of months. But I've already won the league, because you win it quicker because you start in halfway through the season and you just keep winning every game, and you boss it. It's fine. So if I move to Everton, which is the club I'm planning on picking, purely because Man United, too easy, and it's not really much of an achievement. The fantasy element that I like to bring to my FIFA gameplay isn't really there because, well, Man United win the league all the time, well, they did win the league all the time. Unlucky, Van Gaal can't seem to do naff all for you, but you know that's the way it is. Changes. However, Everton have always been a club that I've thought could do better than they actually do, and when David Moyes was there, I felt they had a chance at least getting into Champions League football. But unfortunately, there are far too many massive clubs who are a lot more successful at the top there. So I always have a soft spot for the underdogs, but the teams that are underdogs and could successfully rise to that at the minute, teams like West Ham and Leicester, always had a soft spot for West Ham with Harry Redknapp being their manager. Clearly the best choice for England manager if he ever should decide to take it up, but maybe we're all fucking wrong and he'd be shit at it. But regardless, he commands a lot of respect, so I've always had a soft spot for them. Leicester being the underdogs in the most recent times, looking like they have potential to even win the league this season, although my opinion is that they will drop off to some extent, and maybe they'll end up with like Champions League spot. Hopefully Man City and Arsenal will struggle towards the end, and we will get a new club in the top four, and it'll be fucking awesome. But back to FIFA, Everton is my choice. However, I want to play the next match before I do it because I'm going to bring through a couple more youth players so that I can then sign them when I'm at Everton and continue developing them. Now, this might not work, so we'll have to play it by ear or play it by sight and see how it goes. And I'm not really bothered about how much money they're giving me or anything like that. If in a perfect world, I would change the way the game works, and I would allow myself to basically, instead of going to Everton, to look at all the jobs available in the whole world, and hopefully there'd be a championship club or a lower than championship club, and I could do because my plan was originally to do all the leagues in Europe, win the league, but when it came to the English league, I wanted to start at the very fucking bottom league and bring a club all the way to the top, because you can build your youth players up, and by the time you get to the Champions League, your team should be full of youth players that you've brought up over the period of your career, which I think is a really good thing. To solve that problem, seeing as EA don't think it'd be a cool idea to have that implemented into the game, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take that into consideration, that I can't do that, and I'm going to start a separate UK England career mode and start with a team in League 2 and build them up and do that as a separate thing when I've got a little bit further on with this. Now that might mean that this career challenge goes by the wayside, because I might get into England, get to Everton, and you might find that jobs open up in the lower leagues, in which case I'll switch straight away to a lower league side as soon as I can, possibly win the Premier League and then do that, because obviously seems like you can't really sign for a new club until you get to the second half of the season. So let's crack on. I obviously don't want to change clubs just yet. I'm going to look at my youth staff. I'm going to look at these. So I'm going to bring this guy in. We're going to play this cup match and hope that Everton's still available as an option. It's a nice kit. Yeah. So let's make a few changes. Let's start Vieto because he doesn't get many starts, even though well, there we go. A couple of changes. Shot. Right, I can't be asked. Let's crack on. I do apologise for the lack of camera. My TV has conked on me this morning and I don't know what's going on with it, so I'm sat in front of a monitor and the camera doesn't fit on the top of it, so I can't be bothered finding some way of rigging it up properly.
Well, here is the team sheet for the home side. Well, more often than not, we're looking at teams that shape up this way, Alan.
Yeah, such a popular system, 4-2-3-1. It gives you a lot of stability, and if your front four, as you might describe them, goes for it with a fist.
The assistant has raised the flag for offside.
I don't get that. I really don't.
That's perhaps as much down to the conditions at miss, Alan, as to the player himself.
Yeah,
Oh.
service and obviously a wet ball. Your timing has got to be spot on.
is a shock. He's missed it. He has missed it.
Well, coming from a striker of this calibre, it's a bit of a collector's item.
Well, that's flown over the top, and he'll be cursing himself for that.
Oh, he's getting some stick from the crowd, and you can understand why. It was an absolutely golden chance.
It's a turnover of possession here. And he could get away here. Shot on! He scored!
Yep. Oh my god. I feel like shite. Right. Oh man.
And that has opened the scoring. 1-0 here.
So, hopefully this will be a nice big win, and
It wasn't very good control. They've lost the ball. Place to try and hit it now. That's a spectacular save. Not turning the ball around. He's hung on to it. That's a Soviet.
Goretzka can't control the ball and they just knock it out of my way. Oh, what a fucking ball.
He's turned it on to the frame of the goal.
Ooh.
He's pointed for a corner. Has a go with the volley. Well, in the way of that, blocked it well. Vieto. Got his shot off now.
Oh, nice. Didn't expect that to go in.
Well, he's beaten the keeper there with power, with accuracy, from distance. Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Just widen the margin here to 2-0.
Got a bit of stuff going with the sound.
And the cross is in. The shot's on. Fantastic goal.
Well, there you have it. I've conceded.
Using the full width of the pitch here to set up the chance. Great play.
Yeah, he just held his width and he found
I'll
a bit of
concede
space
that's
to
actually a
find
pretty
the
good
ball.
goal. Well
He's
worked
got
move.
it down, and he did.
Normally I have an answer for that usually. What the chuff that pass was.
This is Schalke now. The chance maybe to build an attack from this throw-in. And shoots! It's a good block.
Does sound.
Possession changes feet. Goal kick to
And
go.
done. There seems to be this inability for my players, not their players. Their players work perfectly fine. For my players to need to
this
take
one
about
was
20
all
touches
about
before they
power. It was all
control
about
the
fact
ball.
when he's hit it first time, that was enough.
Whereas, and I think that's something where they said that they were going to change that so that players would be already in the right position sometimes to actually shoot perfectly and for their shots to look and feel and work a lot better, but it doesn't seem to be the case. There's a lot of bobbling and after touch that maybe you're as someone who, shall we say,
Trying to clip it to a teammate.
controls the
unsuccessfully.
gameplay, can't really help. Like I'm dyspraxic. My coordination's not the best, and that might be partly why that after
Schalke
touch
now have the ball.
or the way my ball control is not good enough sometimes.
Shots on here. Goalkeeper didn't
But then
confirm
other
to make
times
that save.
it's really good and stuff works.
He's got a cross to make that
And
interception.
also
He saw
like
it
when you're
coming.
passing, it always seems to not really. I think it's like the intelligence side of it. They program it into one side of the, but expect you to do the